Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Palagi na lang and araw-araw, we are hearing a lot of news. Pero nakakapagod din if you're always hearing a lot of negative criticism, fault finding, and hindi may iwasan pag nakilala natin yung mga taong palaging ganito yung sinasabi, nakakahawa siya. Lason siya sa pandinig, lason sa sa utak ng isang tao. That is why si Krishna sa Bhagavad Gita is explaining, now hear from me. Ano ba yung papakinggan natin from the words ni Krishna? The absolute truth. At the same time, yung most sweet na pwede natin mapakinggan. Of course, words ni Krishna yun eh. So, pass muna tayo dun sa mga negative and criticism. And totoo naman, nakakapagod. Even just looking at them, pakinggan natin yung mga nandun sa, or tignan natin yung mga nandun sa mga pinopost sa social medias. It's toxic. Doon naman tayo sa malaming pakinggan sa tenga. We're reading from the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Chapter 7, Knowledge of the Absolute. Text number 1. The Supreme Personality of God had said, now hear, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. So previous verse, it was discussed kung paano yung process ng karma kanda or doing things para dun sa fruits. Good and bad karma. Ayun yung mga nangyari or diniscuss at the first 6 chapters. Then we discuss also paano yung gyan, having the knowledge. But yung knowledge na yon is not attached kay Krishna. And next is yung Ashtanga Yoga, performance of yogic principles. We guided by the 8 limbs of yoga. And the last verse, sa last chapter, it was discussed, yung highest sa lahat ng mga to, highest of all yogis, are those who are attached to Krishna, who are always thinking of Krishna, who are serving Krishna with love. So Krishna is advising Arjuna, now hear from me. Kailangan with mind attached kay Krishna. Then, dun mo maintindihan si Krishna. Madaming tao, even in the history, would want to really study, learn about the Supreme. Maraming gusto makilala si Krishna, malaman yung totoong history, or talaga marinig or malaman yung absolute truth. But hindi niya freely binibigay ito. Ano yung contract doon? We are here kasi gusto natin siya makalimutan. Kaya tayo nasa material world. For many lifetimes, gumagawa tayo ng mga ways and means para makalimutan si Krishna. And by His material energy, with which we will discuss later, ginagawa ni Maya na kalimutan natin si Krishna. So, para ma-revive yung memory, yung relationship natin kay Krishna, we have to really convince Maya, teka lang, di na ako loyal sa'yo, gusto ko na bumalik kay Krishna. And the way para mas makilala ulit natin si Krishna is through hearing. Ganun ka-powerful yung sense of hearing. It never stops actually. Yung eyes, nag-shut, yung mouth, pag di ka nagsalita, hindi siya mag-produce ng sound. Yung smell, nag-work din siya palagi. Pero kapag hindi mo gusto yung smell or may mga hindi na, may mga places na walang scent, hindi siya maggagana. Pero yung hearing is very much active kahit natutulog tayo. Kaya yung alarm, di ba? Maririnig natin siya. And very important yung hearing. Sabi nga nila, hearing goes straight to the heart. Lalo na kapag spiritual sound vibration yun. Even naman yung negative yung criticism, yung mga negative na talks or painful words. Pag narinig mo yun, di ba, ang sakit sa puso. What more pa kapag yung Krishna conscious words or sound vibration na rinig natin? Mas masarap and malambing sa puso yun. So, the way to know Krishna is through hearing. Ayun din yung first stage ng bhakti. To build that faith, we must hear. And ayun din yung most important sa mga process ng bhakti yoga. To hear. Shravanam, kirtanam. To hear, shravanam. And kirtanam is to chant. So in this chapter, it will be discussed yung mga 4 kinds of people who are so fortunate or ready na sila makilala si Krishna, and yung mga unfortunate people, yung ayaw pa rin talaga nila. It was discussed also here ni Prabhupada na in-establish niya lahat ng forms of yoga, stepping stones siya papunta sa Bhakti Yoga. Kasi highest dun sa ladder of yoga is Bhakti Yoga. So it's either Gyan, Karma Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, lahat yung papunta sa Bhakti Yoga. Sadly, hindi siya parang, or next month, itong grade ka na, itong level ka na. Yung ibang levels of yoga na yon, you could stay there for many lifetimes. You could be bewildered sa mysticism. Gusto mo magkaroon ng powers. Gusto mo magkaroon ng ganitong sensitivity or ganitong skills. Is mystic. Very attractive. So, pwede mangyari is magstay many lifetimes sa first yoga ladder, rang of ladder. The next, pwedeng matagal sila doon. But the Bhakti Yoga, the process of it is the elevator, dire-diretso. Pwede rin kaya tayo sa Bhakti Yoga ngayon kasi dinaanan natin ng many lifetimes yon. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. Pwede ka mag-past life regression ng mga session, but who wouldn't know? Absolutely. Only Krishna knows. So, paano mo makikilala si Krishna? Hindi dun sa mga scholarly or yung mga binabayaran para matutunan natin about kay Krishna. It's not a profession to teach Krishna. No. You learn Krishna from Krishna himself directly, from the words of Bhagavad Gita, and from a pure devotee of Krishna. Only by these 2 categories, kay Krishna or sa pure devotees niya. Di mo makikilala si Krishna kapag nag-hire ka ng isang scholar, ng isang may PhD or whatsoever na matalinong tao, makilala mo si Krishna. No. Maraming nag-attempt or maraming gumawa mag-translate ng words ni Krishna and magbigay ng purports. Even maging or madaming mabenta ng Bhagavad Gita na yon, they wouldn't make devotees. Of course, yung pinaka maraming nabenta ng Bhagavad Gita talaga is Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada. It is because it's genuine, as it is. Kasi si Srila Prabhupada also is a pure devotee. Only those who are devotees, pure devotees of Krishna could tell people about Krishna. Other than that, even yung mga ibang sikat na gurus online with all the white beards and all, no, they don't understand Bhagavad Gita. They're just speculating or word jugglery. Kapaikot-ikotin na lang nila using some Sanskrit words para lang magmukhang tama. But no, they don't understand Krishna. So hear Krishna from Krishna directly or his pure devotees. The Bhagavad Gita is the words ni Krishna. And kapag yung pure devotees translated and gave their commentary, mas maintindihan na si Krishna. The Srimad Bhagavatam are written by the disciples of, the incarnation of Krishna, si Vyasadeva. The pastimes are about Krishna's incarnations also, the devotees of Krishna and Krishna himself. Ayun nasa Srimad Bhagavatam. So these 2, Ito yung kailangan natin. Hearing from Krishna and his devotees. And by this, yung heart ng isang devotee is madudwell through hearing, madudwell dun sa sweetness. And actually, si Krishna will become the best friend, best wishing friend ng isang individual soul. Bakit? Because of these words, because of this hearing, na purify yung heart. Ito yung greatest na cleansing. Hindi mo kailangan na maraming smoke, na maraming sages, maraming gong, maraming whatsoever. No, the best purification ng heart natin, purification or cleansing ng mga anartas or unwanted baggages na to, is through hearing, chanting, and hearing of Krishna's names. Cheto, Darpana Marjanam, cleaning of the heart. Ito yung best. Text 2. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. So ito yung complete knowledge. Sinasabi nga nila, they want to know the truth. The truth shall set you free. And in truth na yun, that's Krishna consciousness. That's knowledge about Krishna. But of course, Krishna told Arjuna about the phenomenal and numinous. What's happening in the spiritual world, the spiritual energy or the spiritual creation, and what's happening in this material creation. Text number 3. A very important verse nito. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. If one meets a devotee of Krishna, ibig sabihin ng sobrang rare yung soul na yon. Yung nakamit sa devotee and yung devotee mismo. Of course, if one meets a devotee of Krishna, malaking chance na maging devotee siya kapag binigyan siya ng mercy or blessings ng devotee. Out of many thousands among men, so sobrang dami, one out of 1,000, out of 1,000, one may endeavor perfection. One may practice yoga. One out of 1,000. And those who are practicing or trying to be perfect in yoga or practicing spirituality, sobrang rare palalo yung makakilala kay Krishna. So it's just like 1 in a million or less. Ganun ka-rare magkaroon ng isang devotee. Magkaroon ng contact sa isang devotee na nakakilala talaga kay Krishna. Krishna is the cause of all causes. And maraming nalilito rito, even the demigods. Ibang demigods, hindi nila makilala rin si Krishna and hindi nila makilala ang ibang demigods. Hindi nila alam kung sino yung supreme sa kanila. Demigods na yun na. Higher sila na being compared sa human beings. Lalo na yung mga spiritualist. Those who are practicing yoga, the end goal is makilala kung sino yung Krishna within. Yung God within. Which is si Krishna rin. They're trying to meditate within themselves. They want to talk. That's only one step to really know Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So sobrang rare may makilala tayong devotee. Sabi ni Prabhupada, even the great demigods are sometimes confused about Krishna. Only the pure devotee can know something of the inconceivable transcendental qualities in Krishna. Inconceivable, mahirap intindihin or talaga hindi natin maintindihan. But those devotees are very close kay Krishna. Mas naiintindihan natin si Krishna through them. Kasi si Krishna will give the full understanding of Him sa devotee na yon. No one can understand Krishna as He is by the blunt material senses. So by our own logic, hindi natin makikilala si Krishna. Bubuhatin ng isang bata na 5 years old, yung isang um, great mountain, di ba by logic hindi mangyayari yun. But it's beyond that. That's Krishna. But he reveals himself to the devotees, being pleased with them for their transcendental loving service unto him. So the way to please Krishna, the way para makilala mo si Krishna is by performance of devotional service. Is the way, it's a love language ni Krishna, devotional service. It's not just by sentimental lang. Text 4. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Altogether, these 8 constitute my separated material energies. So ito yung energy ni Krishna. Material energy ni Krishna. Krishna is the supreme, meron siyang material energy. Ito yung create ng or composition ng material world. Ito mga elements na to. So may gross, that's first 5, earth, water, fire, ether. And merong subtle, mind, intelligence, and ego. False ego. Ito yung subtle, hindi mo nahawakan. Pero material siya. The mind, ego, and false and intelligence are also sa material world. So ginamit ni Krishna to for creation. And from this, andito yung mga mixtures na, andito yung mga senses to perceive these elements. It was mentioned here sa purports. Si Krishna, nag-expand siya into three Vishnus. The Mahavishnu, siya yung Lord Vishnu na nag-create ng material world. Ayun yung pastime niya. Nakahiga siya sa Karuna Ocean. Tapos, yung next is si Garbhodakashay Vishnu. Siya yung nakahiga sa Garbhodaka Ocean. From Mahavishnu, nag-exhale siya. Lumalabas sa pores niya yung maliliit na mga universes. And that, yung isang universe na yun, pag nag-zoom in ka doon, para siyang egg, half of it is filled with water. Nakahiga doon sa Garbhodaka Ocean na yon, yung water na yon, is si Garbhodakashay Vishnu. And from his navel, may lotus flower, doon na born si Lord Brahma, secondary creator, na create ng different planets. And from that, na maraming mga planets, yung living entities, nakalive doon sa mga different universes na yon and different planets. Yung mga living entities na yon, sa heart nila, pag nag-zoom in ka, andun yung third Vishnu, Kshirodakashay Vishnu, or siya si Paramatma or Super Soul. Ayun yung minameditate ng mga yogi. Prabhupada mentioned here, the Paramatma manifestation is not eternal. Bakit not eternal? Sa material world mo lang makakasama si Krishna as the Super Soul, Lord Vishnu in the heart. Sa spiritual world, hindi na. So bakit ganun? Krishna is so sweet na sinasamahan niya yung souls kahit saan siya magpunta. Meaning, kahit anong body yung i-take niya. Nasa hellish condition, nasa hellish planet, or body para mag-suffer sa hell, or nasa heavenly planets, nasa demigod's body, kasama si Krishna doon. Sinasamahan niya tayo. Just a witness, waiting, aloof. Kung ano yung gusto natin mangyari, anong ina-experience natin, happiness and distress, naririnig or nakikita niya yon. Just waiting for us to turn ourselves kay Krishna. Ito yung super soul. Bakit hindi siya eternal? Kasi kapag natapos na yung business natin sa material world, we go back home, back to Godhead, yung super soul hindi nasasama sa atin. Kasi andun naman si Krishna talaga, the Supreme. Swayam Bhagavan or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So andito na naman si Krishna, he's all pervasive. At the same time, si Kshirodakashay Vishnu is also in the Dhruvaloka, lying in the Milk Ocean. So andun din siya. Pero kasama natin siya palagi. Ito yung dinadasalan, ito yung minimeditate, ito yung gusto makita ng mga yogi. Ito yung nakakarinig ng mga prayers natin or kahit di tayo mag-pray, alam niya yung desires natin. Ito rin yung voice na pwede natin marinig na magpupush natin for spiritual advancement. So may tanong, teka lang, paano ko ma-distinguish kung naririnig ko ba si Krishna or naririnig ko si Maya? If you read the Bhagavad Gita and na-confirm mo doon yung voice, that's words ni Krishna. Or galing sa words ng devotees, per devotees. Di mo pwedeng sabihin, sabi sa akin ni Krishna, ito daw yung gawin ko. Krishna, pingin ako ng sign. Ito yung sign, yung Bhagavad Gita. Walang magical sign na basta bibigay sa'yo si Krishna. Pwede naman. Pero para ma-confirm mo yun, ito yun. Or, listen to the words of pure devotees. Kasi dito rin manggagaling yung words nila. That's Krishna's sign. The best sign nga yun. Hindi ka pwedeng, Krishna, bigyan mo ako ng sign. Tapos si Krishna may bibigay na numbers dun sa clouds. Or letter option si Krishna. Meron na ako 3 option na decision making. Krishna, bigyan mo ng sign. A, B, or C. Tapos makita mo sa clouds letter C. Come on. Krishna is not that cheap. Hindi mo pwedeng laro-laruin si Krishna. Otherwise, lalaro-laruin ka rin talaga niya. Of course, si Krishna yung sa kanya nang galing yung playfulness. Look at her life now. Parang nilalaro-laro talaga ni Krishna. Pero yung end goal, para mapalapit tayo kay Krishna. Text 5. Besides this, O mighty arm Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind, which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. So Krishna have his material energy, and by his expansion, the creative material world. And from Krishna also, meron siyang spiritual energy, which is kinreate niya yung mga living entities. So material energy and living entities, which is coming from the spiritual energy. The soul is not produced by the material energy. The body, only the body. Yung soul, spiritual, na nakasakay sa material energy, which is the body. Ano yung ginagawa ng soul? Sabi dito, trying to exploit the resources yung ng inferior or material energy. Ito isang creation ni Krishna. Ito yung living entities. Ito tayo. Trying to exploit. Gusto natin mag-enjoy and mag-suffer dun sa mga material energies na to. It will be really exploitation kapag we just try to enjoy this without offering it to Krishna. Using it sa spiritual life or offering kay Krishna. That's exploitation. For selfish purposes, ulterior motives. Pero, kapag we try na yung mga elements na to na magamit natin for the service ni Krishna, this is Bhakti Yoga. That's the big difference. Ito yung gusto natin matutunan. Paano natin magamit yung mga elements na to serve Krishna talaga. Bakit natin napupunta doon tayo sa pag-exploit ng material energy? Kasi we forget. We forget our real identity na servants tayo ni Krishna. We forget na tayo yung soul. Na-identify kasi natin yung sarili natin na body or yung mga experiences or yung titles or yung problem or yung pride natin because of achievements. Bakit tayo nakaka-forget? Kasi yung palagi natin pinapakinggan yung mga words or yung mga bagay na makakalimutan natin si Krishna. Nakakalibang yung mga negative and yung mga news na magbibigay sa atin ng forgetfulness. It's just entertainment. Bibigyan ng maraming story. Story ng mga artista, story ng mga famous people before, diba? Story ng mga politician, or sometimes fictional yung buhay nila. Pag ayaw mo noon, yung story ng kapitbahay nila, yung story ng ibang devotees na nakita nila sa internet or napapanood nila sa ibang temples, yung story ng ibang mga tao. Kung di naman yon, malilibang yung mga tao dun sa mga ibang living entities, sa ibang hayop. Or ano nangyayari sa earth, sa ibang elements. Ayun lang yung nag-bombard ng utak natin. Ayun lang yung mga naririnig natin palagi. Just mixtures of them. Positive, negative, funny, humorous, dramatic, actions. Lahat lang to. Just observe kung ano yung contents na meron sa internet. Ayun yun. A lot of things, material things, para makalimutan natin si Krishna. Tapos may makikilala pa mga tao na puro negative and criticism lang yung laman ng bibig nila. Ang sakit sa tenga. Nakakalason siya sa utak, nakakalason siya sa consciousness kapag palaging ganon. Yung iba naka-garb as a devotee, pero ganun yung lumalabas sa kanilang mouth. Sa kanilang consciousness. Sabi nga nila, di ba, kilala mo yung tao matalino or yung mga not so intelligent kapag nagsalita na. And makikilala mo yung toxic person kapag nagsalita na sila. Lalo-lalo na if they try to criticize, fault-find yung mga tao na nag-endeavor makilala si Krishna. Just for what? For them to feel good, for them to satisfy or maybe caress yung kanilang insecurities. Or kasi may trauma sila, they're using them para so-called healing or ma-release yung mga pressure sa kanila. It's just like an offense. It's not needed. It's not helpful sa spiritual life. It's actually degrading. So pag may mga taong trying to degrade your consciousness, well, we can respect them from a distance. Okay, unfollow mo sila sa social media. Kasi nakakapagod talaga yung puro criticism and puro negatibo. Hindi naman bawal mag-check ng mga mali. Pero may right way kasi. You don't have to just exploit yung consciousness ng mga tao na makakarinig that they won't really understand. You're depriving them para maging Krishna conscious sila by these kinds of words. So ano yung magandang ipalit doon? The sweet words of Krishna. The pastimes of Krishna. The pastimes of God. The knowledge of God about Krishna or His devotees. Ganun ka-importante yung hearing. And of course, yung chanting ng words ni Krishna. Otherwise, malulunod lang tayo sa negativity. Tapos magkataka ka, Prabhu. I'm so depressed. I'm so anxious. Tanongin ka bigla ng isang devotee na kinoconsult mo. Kamusta ba yung day-to-day life mo? What's making you busy? Ano ba palagi mo pinapakinggan? Ano ba yung kinukonsume mo? Yung food na take mo, and also ano yung kinukonsume mo through your ears. And ayun yung magko-constitute kung ano yung mental state ng isang tao. Lalo-lalo ng spiritual state niya. So be careful to filter kung ano yung pinapakinggan natin. Kailangan may diet din yung mga words na naririnig natin palagi. Sometimes, kailangan natin maging strict doon. And yung best, sabi ni Krishna, hear from me. Hear the words of Krishna. That's the beauty of the Bhagavad Gita. Si Krishna mismo nagsabi kung sino siya. Si Krishna mismo nagsabi kung sino yung devotees. And si Krishna mismo nag-establish ng position niya. And si Krishna nagsabi kung ano yung position natin as the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. Thank you very much, my dear ones. That is the title ng episode natin ngayon. Mag-ingat sa mga taong puro negatibo and kritismo. Nakakahawa. And kailangan natin gawin is lumapit tayo doon sa mga taong laging si Krishna yung nasa consciousness nila, nasa bibig nila. We're always hearing the glories ni Krishna sa kanila. Or kung paano mag-serve kay Krishna. Nag-isip sila palagi, they tax their brain para mapag-serve kay Krishna and the other people, share yung Krishna consciousness sa ibang souls. Mas maganda yon kasi mas nakakahawa yon. Kung gusto mo mahawa ng mga good qualities, tawag nga nila demigod qualities ng mga devotees, lapit ka sa mga devotees din. Try to serve them. Be humble enough. And most importantly, hear from them.